Triple foam applicator consists of a pump station plus the 6 tubes that are mounted out in the tunnel. The pump station that we have here is a G57 pump station with 3 G57 pumps, 4 independent regulators to pressurize the pumps to set the liquid pressure, and then an independent air regulator on this side here to set the air pressure that goes out to the manifolds on the 6 tubes. This air regulator goes out to the 6 tubes that are mounted on the arch that help to adjust the airflow to make the foam. Hydrominders on each one of the tanks set with the proper tip size based on the chemical that you're using from the different vendors and suppliers. The tips get changed to adjust the dilution rate of the chemicals. Here there's only one solenoid valve that needs to get wired from the computer. That solenoid valve there powers the air to the entire system. The water's being filled on a continuous flow through the hydrominders, and that's our shutoff. So we've got this one energized already from our override on a computer. When we open our air valve, we will start our pumps running. We can see our gauge here is at just under 40 psi, and that creates our water pressure going out to the pump with the chemical. If we turn it up or down, we'll change the consistency of the foam out there at the arch. Right now we've got them set just under 30 pounds, just under 40 pounds. All the pressure on all the pumps are the same. The air pressure over here, because we want the control, is set just about 40 psi. And then we also have some fine-tune adjustments that we can make with the air pressure at the top of the units by adjusting a needle valve. And we'll go up there and show some of those adjustments. Hydrominders, we want to make sure that we don't have a bad foot valve. This one here seems to be leaking back a little bit. When we draw our chemical up, we've got good draw, so that's okay. If you have a problem with the foot valve and we lose our chemical all the way back to the bottom of the line, then we end up having a lower dilution rate. Every time it calls for water, we get water before we get chemical, and this one won't be as strong. We'll have to start to dilute the system. With all the foamers that we have, we've also got a fine air adjustment needle valve on top of the foam regulators. If we turn them off completely, we end up losing the foam and getting too much liquid. We turn it down, we end up with just too much liquid. We end up with a wet foam and a wet product with not enough air. As we increase the air up a little bit, we can bring it to a nice stream that'll reach halfway across. If we go too much air, then we get pulsating and a spotty flow, so we want to bring the air down a little bit till we get a solid stream. And the adjustment sometimes takes a little bit to take effect. So what we want to do is move it just a little bit and then wait and see what our finished results are. What we're looking for is a foam that'll stick to the car and give the customer good show, good appeal. When we make the adjustments, we're trying to get a solid stream that's consistent and steady so that all the colors hit the vehicle and actually stick. Let it run for a few minutes or a few seconds to make sure it stays consistent. Doesn't have a vary with the compressor going on and off. Make sure that we get good show on the vehicle and a good penetration across the car to cover the hood, the roof, or the trunk. And that's our fine adjustment.